going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. Salute to everyone that's in the building right now. If y'all could hear me clearly, please drop a one in the chat. 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 Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly out there so we can get into this morning show, y'all. Okay, let me see if y'all can hear me. Let me see if you guys can hear me. Okay. I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Salute to everyone that's in the building, man. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. Good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone. Shout out to everyone this morning, man. We're going to get into it today. I got another great topic for you guys today. Make sure you double tap y'all screens, man. Double tap y'all screens. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that like button on the way in. And of course, y'all are tuned in to the DS1 Wake Up Show. To the DS1 Wake Up Show right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. We are here every Monday morning, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. You can catch the DS1 Wake Up Show. Now, I know we probably missed maybe the last 2 Mondays, but we're here. We're here. So shout out to everyone. Welcome back to all the new supporters. Of course, shout out to the lovely lady Maz that always come through and hold it down, man. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to everyone who has donated to the student tuition fund thus far. I called out the names that I received donations from thus far. As I said before, and you can check the pinned comment in the comment section. If you would like to support the student tuition fund, you can donate. The links are there. And just know you will be shouted out on the next show. Whoever donates, you will be shouted out on the next show. So shout out to everyone, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I want to have this serious conversation with you guys today, man. Something has just been telling me to speak on relationships, you know, and I want to talk about this because y'all also know that I've been covering a lot of the Trump stuff, the politics. And for some of y'all, that's not y'all cup of tea. And for some of y'all have learned to digest it in a way that it can work for you. And what I like to do is I like for y'all to understand that in some form or fashion, all things that occur are interconnected. If you pay attention to it, all things are connected, right? So we're going to have this conversation today, right? And it may be uncomfortable for some of y'all, but it's a conversation we need to have. All right. So let me shout everyone out. Let me shout everyone out, and then we're going to get into it. Good morning, New York, Nikki, baby. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Always coming through and holding it down. Thank you so much. One of my lovely lady mods, always coming through and decorating the chat. Shout out to you, Miss New York Nikki, baby. Salute. Shout out to my man Jay Smart. What up, Jay Smart? Good morning, my brother. Salute to you, man. He says, I have my gluten-free wheat bran donut in Garcinia mushroom coffee, ready for the show. Shout out to my man Jay Smart, man. I've been thinking about trying mushroom coffee. I heard it's very good, Jay Smart. Mushroom coffee. Shout out to my man Jay Smart, man. Good morning, bro. Shout out to my man Big Dice in the building. Salute, my brother. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to Team Guardian on the check-in. Shout out to Scorpio Mama in the building. Good morning, Scorpio. How you doing? Good morning to you. I appreciate you always coming through and holding it down for me. Shout out to Scorpio in the building. Salute, salute. We got the lovely lady mods in here this morning. Shout out to my man Mark. What up, Mark? Peace to you, bro. Grand Rising, Tanya. How you doing? Good to see you. Shout out to Tanya in the building. Shout out to my man Art of War. What's good, Art of War? Salute, fam. Salute. Shout out to my man City Boy in the building. Shout out to City Boy Floyd on the pull up. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to my man Tone Malone in the building. What up, Tone? What's good, my brother? Salute to you. Salute, man. Shout out to my man Astro in the building. Peace, family. It's my man Astro. Salute. What's up, Young Reyes? Shout out to my man Young Reyes in the building. What's good, Young Reyes? Shout out to my man Bob in the building. Good morning, Bob. Salute to you, family. Bro said he tapping in from work. Bob says, I have a very important test today. Have a great day, my brother. Salute to you, man. Good morning, Miss L'Oreal. Shout out to Miss L'Oreal in the building. One of my top lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Shout out to Miss L'Oreal. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. See who else is up in the building this morning. We're going to get into this today. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Sutton, in the building. Salute, my brother. Salute, salute, salute. Good morning, bro. Early morning tap in for you. Salute, bro. Shout out to Miss Keita T. What's up, Keita T? Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. Shout out to Miss Rain and Woman. Good morning, Miss Rain and Woman. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Another one of my top lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. L'Oreal says, I heard that mushroom coffee is good too. Yeah, I did. Yes, try the mushroom tea. Try the mushroom coffee. I love it, DS1. Yeah, and I heard it's good for weight loss too. Mushroom tea. What's up, Harvest Crops? My man Kwafi in the building. What up, Kwafi? Shout out to my man Narratives and Dialogues in the building. Hey, y'all deserve it, Scorpio. Y'all deserve it. You know, y'all be holding me down. Y'all deserve it. Yes, sir. You know we gonna go there, man. You know we gonna go there. Y'all see the show. Y'all see the show. We need to talk about this. Because again, I've been speaking about Trump, what Trump has been doing, what Trump got going on, you know, and we're gonna get back on that because it's going down, you know, and I think that a lot of us, and when I say us, I'm talking about Black Americans, right? I think that we don't have a worldly perspective on things as a group. I think Black Americans are ruled by rugged individualism, which is one of our number one downfalls as a group. See, you can't have rugged individualism existing in a group of people. You see, Black people think that all the problems that Black people suffer, that it's the job of the individual to solve those problems. When we don't understand that it's a group problem. You see? So you're always going to have your outliers. You're always going to have your people that are not like the rest. But that still doesn't lessen the numbers of how many people that are messed up. This is what I think Black Americans don't understand. You see? It's the rugged individualism aspect where we think, oh, because I got mine and you got to get yours, that makes a better situation for us. Black people, Black Americans are ruled by the pronouns of me and I, not we and us. It's always about me and what I have to do. Listen to this. What's up, Tom? Salute. I see you in the building. Notice this. Yes, justice for Austin Metcalf. Absolutely. Critical Rick. Right? It's always me and I. Those are the pronouns that Black Americans constantly use in their speech. When you hear Black Americans get online and talk about relationships, when you hear women talk about relationships, or when you're listening to men talk about relationships, it's always about me and I. Me and I. These are the pronouns. Because that is the sign of rugged individualism. A relationship can never work if both of y'all are in the relationship just concerned about me and I. That's not a relationship. Me and I. What I want, what I need. I need me time. Me and I. My money, what my money could pay for, what my money can afford me, what my accomplishment, me and I. How do we get on here and try to have conversations about relationships and wonder why it always leads into an argument? These conversations will always lead to an argument because it's always two people, right, arguing over what One wants over what the other wants. It's a me and the I thing. This is why Black American relationships aren't working. Because the center of the relationship is selfishness. It's about me and I. It's not about you sharing you with someone else. It's not about you sharing your life with someone else. Now it's about, I'm going to be around you because you can do for me what I want for me. See, we have to understand that this mentality creates poverty. Understand the impoverished mindset. That's what creates poverty. The lack of working together. Understanding that you and I create what? The universe. You and I. Uni. Universe. University. Unity. Immunity. You know, like diplomatic immunity, or like in a strong immune system. You have a strong immune system, right? When things are working together in harmony in your body. You have immunity for disease. There is no community with no unity. You and I, not me and my. That's not a community. You don't spell community M-E, me, M-I. That's not a community. Me and mine. I and mine. Me and mine. Me and my. You see how simple it is when you break it down? And we lack understanding to this as a group of people. All the things that build positive results. You and I. What else has the suffix, the prefix of you and I? Union. Union. A lot of y'all are have a union at your job. You and I. Marriage is a what? What is marriage? A union. You and I. Not me and my. That's not a union. That's not a marriage. That's not a relationship. That's not a community. That's not a family. But y'all get on the internet every day to argue about relationships, to talk about what you not getting. It's always about you. And most people, you know what I noticed? The people who argue the most about what they not getting are the people who put out the least. They're the people who put out the least. They're the people who are in relationships and not aware of their own flaws. You see? The people who got all these complaints about somebody not meeting their expectations and all of this silly, childish stuff. These are the people who don't even know how to function in a good relationship. They don't even know where to start. They don't even know how to be. But they'll get up here and tell you, oh, he ain't do this, and 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 and. But then when you get to talking to them, you start seeing that they the reason why they don't have it. You start hearing the selfishness. You see? You start hearing it. You start seeing exactly why you have trouble in relationships. You could just listen to some of these people talk and you can understand why. You know why? Because I understand what my issues be in relationship. I know what my issues are. I know what my issues are. See? I know what they are. Good morning. Good morning, Herv. Shout out to Maybach in the building. Salute, Maybach. What's up, Perfectly Imperfect? Good morning. You see? What you said, L'Oreal? L'Oreal says, you gotta hold their hands. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But see, a lot of Black Americans, we don't understand the foundation of a relationship. We don't understand the foundation of things. This is why I went back. This is why I'm starting to show with etymology, because we going somewhere. This is why I started with etymology. Do we even understand the concept of you and I? But everybody's on the internet trying to get you to move away from people, to be lonely, to be secluded, to isolate yourself. Don't be with nobody. You don't need nobody. Do you know the goddamn trees need the sun? Huh? The grass needs the sun. The grass need the air. The trees need the air. Nothing survives on its own. You and I spells universe. So in the universe, things work in harmony. Things work coherently. Things work cooperatively. You see? Things work together. In the universe, to have a universe, things have to work together. To have a university, things have to work together. People have to work together to have a university. To have a union at your goddamn job. Don't you got to work together? So why you letting people tell you you don't need to work with nobody? You don't need to be in no relationships. You don't need to have children. You can live life on your own. Nothing in life survives on its own. Even bacteria. Nothing in life survives on its own. So what makes you think God created us to survive on our own? What makes y'all believe that? Huh? Oh, I could do this by myself. No, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable. Just like any other animal will. You think a goddamn bull would be miserable if he didn't have a counterpart? You don't see dogs that are spaded? Why you think most dogs that are spaded, they're either extra aggressive or they're extremely docile? There's some dogs, after you spade them, they go into a deep depression and die. See, y'all don't understand life. Y'all getting on the internet and losing concept of life, the basis of life. You see this? Y'all need to understand this and stop getting on the internet listening to bullshit. Because whether a lot of y'all don't notice or not, the internet is a lot of y'all reason for stress, for anxiety. It's the shit you watch on here. It's the shit that you listen to. You listening to somebody tell you every day you don't need a man. If you didn't need a man, why did God make you a goddamn woman? If you didn't need a woman, why did God make you a goddamn man? Huh? Why do you think God made man and woman complement each other so we can need each other? Dummies. Stop getting on the internet listening to these fools and losing your way in life. And losing your way in life listening to these goddamn charlatans and witches and warlocks that's using these narratives as spells just to get money out your pocket. And you sitting there giving him all your goddamn money and wondering why your life ain't getting better. Because you're listening to a warlock. You're listening to a witch. And what do misery loves? Company. And you are accompanying misery when you get up here and say, oh, we don't need a family. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. And guess what? This is the reason why Black Americans are left behind. Because we the only ones that say this shit. Not only are we the ones who say this crazy stuff, but we go so far into projecting it. We go so far to try to live it out. And look what happens. And look what happens when you try to live out these internet narratives. You end up dying in front of a whore. You end up laid out on the ground with a whore trying to give you CPR. Because you trying to live this bullshit out. Dudes going overseas getting unalived just to come on YouTube and show them, yeah, look at the girls out here. Going out there getting poisoned. Going out there getting kidnapped, getting found floating in a river. Y'all remember them shows I did? Dudes getting thrown off a cliff. Because we're running away from what's right. We're running away from the structure that God implemented for us. See, everybody else following the structure. White folks follow the structure. Latinos follow the structure. Asians follow the structure. Europeans follow the structure. Arabs follow the structure. Only ones that don't follow it, Africans follow the structure. Only one who don't follow the structure is Black Americans. We the only ones still fighting against ourselves, trying to make up shit on what it is to do it the right way, when we already told what to do. We already told us how to do it. They already told us how to do it. It's right there. But you know what we say it is? Oh, it's the patriarchy. But if you notice and see, to denounce the patriarchy, right, is to denounce God. This is why you hear Black women on the internet telling you they don't believe in the Bible no more, because it's a patriarchal book. So they go and believe in the matriarchy and start worshiping Oshun. They go start worshiping all these false gods who were idols that the Egyptians prayed to, who the God of Israel told us to stay away from. Because that's where all the mooks and the transsexuals and the demigods and the demon worshipers, that's all the Egyptian shit. Soothsayers, psychics, warlocks, all that come from Egypt. That's why the God of Israel told us to stay away from the Egyptians. Don't be like the Egyptians, because they believed in many gods. They call them pantheons. But see, in Greece and Rome, they call them dynasties. They got all that from Egypt. They took all the ways and the lifestyles from Egypt. That's Greece and Rome. That's why you could watch the movie Caligula and see what's going on in Greece and Rome. They got that from the Egyptians. The Egyptians were the first transsexuals. You want to challenge me on that? Huh? Europe got it from Egypt. But y'all want to keep lying, talking about the white man created homosexuality. No, the Egyptians did. The first cross-dressers were Egyptian. Huh? What? You still want to believe in that? That's the matriarchy. They get you worshiping Sekhmet, Oshun, Kali. You start praying to that. Huh? Or do you want to think you Beyonce, right? And Hathor. You want to go pray to Hathor? Huh? The matriarchy. Goddesses. So you really never going to respect a man because you're not going to respect the structure that a man is designed to build. You believe in the matriarchy. So marriage won't work for you unless you marry a woman. You see? Because God's structure is patriarchal. In God's design, the man serves under him. The man leads the family because he gets his commands and his sayings and his ways from God. So your structure is patriarchal. So if you believe in the matriarchy, right, then this is why transgenders is cool for you. It's why you like saucy. This is why you like all the debauchery that's going on, because that's what goes on in the matriarchy. A single mother home is a matriarchy. Children get molested. Matriarchy. No structure. No guidance. It's just whatever. We make and do with what we got. That's the matriarchy. This is the black American community today. You see? See, because to acknowledge God is to acknowledge his word and his ways and what he tell you to do. So if you mad at a patriarchy, you got to take that up with God. And this is why y'all can't properly have the relationship conversation. You see? And only black people, black Americans, have this issue. Shout out to Raj in the building. Good morning, Raj. Shout out to my brother Zuma in the building. What up, Zuma? Salute my brother. Good morning. Good morning, Brody. Shout out to my man Club. Appreciate the super chat, Club. Club says communication requires uni. Exactly. You and I. The reality is that lone wolves may hold up in the short term, but will implode in the long run. Uni requires 100% from all. Facts. Shout out to my brother Club, man. Appreciate that super chat, bro. That's absolute facts. That's absolute facts. And this is what we're seeing going on amongst black Americans. What's up, Sir Leo Puma? Good to see you. Hey, Miss Classy Creole, good morning. Shout out to my top lovely lady mod in here today. We got the lovely lady mods in here today. Good to see y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Peace to my man Seth's son in the building. Good morning, bro. Salute. See, when we having these conversations about relationships, are they really impactful in a positive way? Or are you walking away with the sentiment of, yeah, I might as well stay single? Do you know that the lack of wealth amongst black Americans is due to us not understanding you and I? Shout out to Third in the building. Salute, bro. Do you know that? Do you know that no other groups of women get on the internet but black American women and tell their men that they shouldn't have to work? This is how silly Black Americans are. Black American women think it's a flex for them not to go to work. This is why we're the poorest. This is why we are the poorest as a group. You don't hear no other groups of women standing up proud with their chests out and say, I don't gotta work. Only Black American women do this. Only Black American women do this. I don't pay for nothing. Like, that's a flex. Do you know when they develop the household income, they include yours, silly rabbits? So to all of y'all that flex, like you bringing nothing to the table means something, it doesn't. It makes Black people look lazy. Because guess what? All other groups, both parents earn income. Both of them. That's why the median income for Latinos is $61,000 a year. That ain't just a goddamn man who's the construction worker. That's his wife too, who work at the fruit stand. See, only Black Americans do this shit. Oh, my wife ain't gotta work. Nigga, what that's supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean? So y'all gonna live and die on your income. So suppose if shit just get astronomically high in the next 2 years and your wife ain't used to working for the last 10 years and now she got to go get a job. How is that going to work out between you and her? What are those conversations going to look like? See, no one thinks like this but Black Americans. Everything is about relaxing, flexing. I got time. No other people in this country think like this. Nobody else but Black Americans. Do you know that? Do y'all know this? Do y'all know this? Shout out to my guy Stino in the building. Yeah. Shout out to Stino. Salute. Shout out to the Republic. Do y'all know this? Niggas take pride in not going to work. Oh, I ain't got to work. I'm up. I got my bag. Only niggas. Only niggas. The Spanish man, he don't flex. His wife, she don't flex. This is a problem with niggas that niggas don't like to talk about because you think you come from some niggas that wore a bunch of gold. Oh, nigga, you ain't no African king. Shut up. You are from Cephalo Projects, nigga. Shut up. Oh, we wear gold because we from... Shut your dumb ass up. Repeating that shit that them crackhead niggas told us back in the day. Who still live in Brownsville right now. Keep telling me that dumbass played out shit. Oh yeah, we wear gold and we like to be fly because we kings. You know, the kings. Shut up. Shut that stupid shit up. Repeating that dope fiend knowledge. Shut up, nigga. Them niggas wasn't the king of nothing. They made some shit up. They became cartoon characters. Because they was poor. And that's how they hustled niggas. And that's how they got young niggas to hustle for them. feeding us fake knowledge. Shut that dumb shit up. Because can none of that shit combat what Trump is doing. None of it. Want to keep hearing that dumbass shit? Yeah, because we was kings and you know, we wore the gold chains. Shut up, nigga. You was the king of food stamps. Shut up. You grew up spitting food stamps, nigga. Fuck you talking about Egypt. You know, cause nigga mean the goose and the goose mean king. Shut up. You Big Mac eating ass nigga. Shut up with that fake shit. Trying to finesse niggas. Them days are over, nigga. Long time, long gone. I want to hear that shit. This is why Black Americans are left behind. Because we still acting like the Egyptians. You want to tell the truth now? Because we still acting like the Egyptians. We believe in many gods. Yeah, we're going to talk. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're going to talk. We living like the Egyptians. We living like the Egyptians. Right now. You want to be from Egypt so bad, you are a fucking Egyptian. You a cross-dresser. You are an Egyptian. You like trannies. You are an Egyptian. You believe in many gods. You think you're a goddess. You are a fucking Egyptian. And you wonder why you ain't got nothing. You just living in a wild, wild west. Egypt. Egyptian. I want to hear that shit you talking. You living like the Egyptians. That's why we left behind. Taking on customs of the wrong people who believe in the devil. The Egyptians believed in many gods. Don't Black Americans do? Don't Black Americans believe in many gods? This is why we can't get shit together. Our minds are polluted. This is why we always arguing. Always arguing because our minds is polluted with bullshit. We misguided. We don't know where to go. We don't know what's right. We don't know what's up or what's down. Black Americans get up every goddamn morning and say, long as I got some money, I'm good. You see this? See this? You know who's a rugged individual? You know who teaches people to be rugged individuals and think it's all about you? The ruler of your ego. The ruler of your ego. This is why Black Americans are left behind. Because we won't put our egos down. We won't knock that chip off our shoulder. You weren't made to do it by yourself, nigga. I know you's a big old man. You's a big old man. You wasn't designed to do it by yourself, bro. As a strong black woman, God didn't teach you to depend on your strength, baby girl. God didn't design us to figure it all out on our own, fellas, so we could stop giving ourselves anxiety. We not designed to do everything alone, black people in America. That's why we have God, and that's why we have each other. That's why God made man and woman to complement each other. We supposed to help each other navigate through this life. That's part of the goddamn union. Just like the union on your job. Just like the union on your job. That union between you and her is to help y'all navigate through this. To see this thing a different way. It's just like the movie The Matrix. Either you're going to accept God and take the red pill and see things for what they really are, or you're going to stay asleep with the devil and have fun all in Hollywood with the devil and become an agent of the devil. Those are your blue pillars. They're the agents of the devil. What's up, Rochester 92? Salute. See? You see? It's in the movie The Matrix. You and I. But you want to keep listening to people every day tell you, I don't need you. You don't need me. Nigga, you need water. People need people. What you talking about? That's what this is about. The devil wants you to be by yourself. Because see, when you isolate yourself, that's when the devil gonna really beat on you. A lot of us ain't built to be in isolation and come out stronger. A lot of us come out of isolation weaker, more mentally feeble, more susceptible to negative influences. Don't think because you go in isolation that make you strong. Some of y'all go into isolation because you're running. You're not going into isolation to build, to meditate. No, because that's not isolation. You're just separating yourself. Isolation is seclusion. When you get somewhere and you hide and you want to block the world off, that's isolation. That's what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to feel like, oh yeah, I don't need no man. He wants you to feel like that. So on them nights when you lonely, right? You go get a drink. You go get a drink. Or you go get on one of these dating apps and go have a one-night stand and never make it back home. See, y'all don't be paying attention to stuff. All these people that's on the internet telling you you don't need to be, these people are wicked people. I'm trying to tell you this. These women that's telling y'all women to stay away from men, and these are witches. And these women are miserable in real life And a lot of these women have debilitating diseases. So they come on the internet and they get all of these women to start following them and build these little internet cults so a bunch of women could die off with their miserable ass. Gotta understand this. Same thing for the fellas. These guys are making you into them. They're making you into them. They don't see this. They're not helping you become the best version of yourself. They're helping you become them. And then you wake up one day and you realize that your life was worse. Your life is worse now than what it was. And you wondering why. I'm here to tell you, you live in the same miserable life that Coach Greg Adams is. Keep listening to him. Keep listening to Coach Greg Adams. That nigga is miserable. I told y'all this. They miserable brothers, man. They don't got nothing good to teach you. Because why would guys like that want you to be happier than them? Y'all got to understand this, man. And this is why Black Americans are left behind, because we're caught up in this fantasy land. Yeah, he's still around, L'Oreal. He's still around. What up, FTC? Salute. What up, King Von O'Block? What's good? Club says, I've seen this for years. They only want to help them to become slaves to a false narrative. Exactly. Exactly. Classy Creole says, I surround myself with feminine women. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to New York Nikki, baby. I appreciate you, New York Nikki. She says, showing money and showing what money does are two totally different things. Shout out to you, Ms. New York Nikki, baby. I appreciate you. Salute to you. And that's exactly correct. You see? So let me get to this video. And I want y'all to tell me what y'all think after we watch the video. This is the video of today's show. I found this to be very, very, very groundbreaking. And we need to talk about this. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. Fair use.
71% of our sisters are not married. 29% will never get married. 63% of our brothers are not married. 30% of them will never get married. There is no culture in the history of humankind that has risen to maximize their full human potential without family at the center of their culture. This only exists. This is an interesting but negative statistic. This phenomenon of the existential crisis of our family only exists among African American Black people. It does not exist on the continent or anywhere else in the diaspora. So there must be something in the water. We must fix this. It is a lot easier said than done because it is impacting our wealth. Quick statistics. For 350 years, household median income was dominated by white people. They were number one in this country. They no longer are number one, they're number three, and there's a reason for it. So who has the highest household median wealth in America? It's East Indians, $104,000 a year. What's the marriage rate in the East Indian culture? 94%, two are working. Who's number two? Chinese Asians. Household median income, $110,000 a year. Marriage rate close to 70%. Number 3 are white people. Household median income, $88,000 a year. What's the marriage rate? Almost 50%. Down significantly. Number 4 are Hispanics. Household median income, $61,000 a year. Marriage rate, close to 70%. We are at the bottom. Household median income, $55,000 a year. Marriage rate, 34%. And projected based on facts and statistics that if we do not fix this, because white folks ain't fixing this, our marriage rate will be in the low teens in the next 20 years. This is an enormous challenge. That's a whole talk by itself on how do we fix it. It can be fixed, but we have to, first of all, understand that this is a problem. No one's talking about this problem. This is a huge problem. It's the number 1 problem in our culture. So we must fix it.
Oh.
71.
What's your thoughts? Shout out to everyone that's in the building. If you're just coming in, welcome to the show. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. You're tuned in to SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Please double tap y'all screens. Please double tap y'all screens and hit that like button if you are tuned into the DS1 Wake Up Show. You can find all other episodes in the playlist section. Just click the DS1 Wake Up Show, right? What do y'all think about this? Kwafi says this man is correct. Let me see what y'all think. L'Oreal says talking about cutting off legacy. That's what I said when I first saw this, Classy Creole. That our problem, the real problem with Black Americans, and why we're in the last place, relationships. The marriage rate. So do you still want to tell people not to get married? Only Black Americans do this. Where do you see white women conducting and creating internet cults of white women, and they're directing these white women not to get married? Where do you see East Indian women getting on the internet, creating cults to tell their women not to get married? Do you know why those women don't do this? Because it will not benefit them. Just like it ain't benefiting Black women to do it. Your ass still broke and struggling. Your ass is about 2 or 3 paychecks from thinking about selling your little coochie. Black woman. Single, strong Black woman. You a couple of paychecks from wanting to sell your coochie. You keep thinking we don't need each other. Did you hear those numbers? The East Indian household makes the most money because they have the highest marriage rate. 94%. 94%. That's why they have the most money, because they get married. They know how to get along. They figure that shit out. Family is the centerpiece of everything that they do. They don't get money to go look good to do this. No, they work for their family. Them women work for their family. Them women don't work to look good like black women got to. Them men don't work because they gotta go to the club and blow some steam off like black men do. A nigga making 6 figures a year, he gotta hit the strip club at least 2-3 times a week. Cause he gotta blow off some steam. Shut your weak ass up and take your ass home. Take your ass home. I work hard. Why I can't get my hair done? Why don't you do your own hair? What you so who you trying to impress so much that you got to spend for hair and nails $1,000 a month? Who you trying to impress? You married. You got a husband. I like you with all that shit off you. I like when you wake up in the morning and you got that little crust right there on your mouth. What you need $1,000 to look good for? For what? See, no other women think like this, but black women. Black men always got to wear designer shit. This is why we poor. As a family, as a community of families, black people don't have shit. And it is because of what we value. We value everything but each other. You notice that? You notice two black people are stay in a relationship as long as they get in their bullshit needs met. They don't gotta like each other. They can't stand one another. See, only black people do this. This is why we broke. You heard that? Median household income, $55,000 a year. Why is this? Because the marriage rate is at 34%. But then you get black people up here who act like they love black people, but get up here every day and tell black folk not to get married. When y'all don't even understand the game. When y'all talk about the Illuminati and all of these people who quote unquote run our lives, guess how they came to power? Through family. Why you think the Illuminati is ran through what? Bloodline. Family. The Illuminati families. Family. See, black Americans, we don't understand this. This is generational wealth. Is not about an individual. Fools. Legacy is a family thing. That's family. A man doesn't work for himself. He works for his family. Of course he needs things for himself to sustain himself, but he doesn't work for himself. A woman doesn't work for herself. She works for her family. But black Americans are the only group of people who always try to find ways to slide some selfish shit in there. Only we do this. No other group of people try to find a way where but I gotta have mine. Why I can't have mine? Nobody thinks like this but us. When you see them Mexican and them Ecuadorian And them Colombian women that's here in the States now, when you see them out shopping, where you think that money come from? You think that's their money? So you think when these Spanish men is in these supermarkets and shit with their wives, they always pull out their card and pay? Do y'all know that the Latino men done established themselves so well in the construction field that now they're hiring their wives and putting their wives to work? If you live in an apartment complex, a goddamn Spanish woman probably painted it and laid the floors. But in the black community, we think it's a flex for our women to stay at home. We think that's a flex. These Spanish men got their wives building houses, nigga. Do y'all know this? The women are building houses now. They work for their fucking husbands. They are building houses now. Women putting up the sheetrock, putting the walls up. The women. The women. While the men is somewhere taking care of a whole nother project. Black Americans like to talk about how they wife don't gotta work. You don't hear no other group of men do this. See, we don't know the game. When they talking about household income, they're not talking about one person. They're talking about mother and father. East Indians, over $100,000+ a year. 94% marriage rate. And you heard what the brother said? White people is at number 3. Spanish people is number 4. Black people at the bottom. Because we so goddamn selfish, we don't understand the power of the UNI. The UNI. The unity. The community. The unification. The union. The power of a union, which is marriage. Which is marriage. We don't understand the power of a union. What Fabulous said? I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we together. Mommy, I'm good all by myself, but you make me better. You make me better. See, when Fabulous was with Emily, he made music. Made better music. Now Fab ain't been with Emily. Look at Fab now. Look at Fab. You make me better. See? You see? Jay-Z won't be the God MC without Beyonce next to him. Beyonce won't have all these black women looking up to her if she wasn't married to the God MC, Jehovah. Jay-Z. Y'all won't like Beyonce. If Beyonce was married to Cameron, y'all would not listen to Beyonce and nothing she has to say, ladies. Am I right or am I wrong? Y'all listen to everything Beyonce say and trust what she say because she married to Jay-Z. She's married to hip-hop royalty. She married to the best MC in the game. That's why y'all listen to Beyonce. How could she steer us wrong? She's sleeping with a black billionaire. Exactly, Zuma. Nobody pays attention to that, Zuma Duma. Beyonce husband, a whole billionaire, and she's still working. And so is Jay-Z. Working. Shout out to my man Kwafi. Salute, Kwafi. Kwafi says, the worst of these you speak of flocks from channel to channel saying don't get married, men and women. And the trick is they're married. Shout out to my man Kwafi. That's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to my brother Zuma Duma. Appreciate you, my brother. He says, a lot of our generational wealth is sitting in the driveway, in the closet, or in someone else's establishment. Parents spent all the wealth on depreciating liabilities to flex on other broke niggas. Facts. Absolute facts. Facts, Zuma. Shout out to you, my brother. Facts. We don't understand the power of a union. That's what a marriage is, a union. Two becoming one. So those two incomes become one. You heard what that brother said? The man and the woman work. That's why in the East Indian household, the average goddamn income is $106,000 a year. And you know why? Because they married and they put their money together. Because nobody worrying about themselves. Nobody thinking about if this go wrong, what I'ma have for me. You know, black people always got to have an emergency exit strategy. No one thinks like that but us. This is why I say we have to heal. What up, Taylor? How you doing? Economics. Economics. But black folk don't operate with economics, Taylor. Black folk operate with feelings. So we got to make economics make sense to them in a simple way. Because remember, people are not smart spenders, they're emotional spenders. Most people are not smart consumers, they're emotional consumers. They buy based on not what they need, based on logically what they need. They buy based on what they need right then and there, based on a feeling. You see? So economics is foreign to a lot of us because we spend our money based on how we feel. And then we justify it. But then what we never thinking about is tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. We're not thinking about that. See, in a marriage, right? This is why two is better than one. Because you might have someone that's an emotional spender. But if the other partner is more of a smart then it balances itself out. Then over time, the emotional spender will start learning ways and habits of their partner. Oh, how you do that, babe? Oh, wow, you just got us an extra this. Where this extra money came from? And then things will click over time. If y'all love one another, if y'all trust one another, if the union is there. See, those things are not always problems. Those are not always things for you to say, oh, that's not a good candidate. No. With her being with you and her seeing your ways and seeing how you move, it could get her to tighten up, and vice versa. Because you got some guys who are spendthrifts. Every time he gets some money, he got to buy a pair of sneakers. Every time he gets some money, he got to buy some new clothes. He a spendthrift. He get with a woman that know how to save money. He start looking like, damn. Babe, show me what you doing, babe. How you just got such and such $1,000 laying around? What you do? Then it's going to take that man to be able to humble himself and listen to his wife tell him, well, babe, I'm going to just be honest with you. I hope you don't feel no type of way, but you should stop buying sneakers every month. Instead of buying sneakers every month, why don't you buy a pair of sneakers every 3 months? You got a whole goddamn closet full of sneakers. You got about 20 pair that you wore only one time. You see that? It's not that now, oh, he's not good with money. That don't mean that. He just might need help. He just might need help. He might have to stop drinking. He might have to stop smoking cigarettes. Might have to stop smoking weed. He might have to stop buying video games. He might like to eat out. He might have to stop eating out. That doesn't make him a bad person. He might get with you and you could change that and turn that into a strength based on the type of woman you are. But if you don't believe in yourself as a woman, you don't even qualify for marriage. Because you don't even think you'll be a wife. You don't know your own strengths as a woman. You don't know. And your strengths could be the shit that man need to get his show rolling from like this to like this. See this? But if you listening to people telling you every goddamn day, oh, you don't need to be dealing with this, you don't need to be dealing with that. Let me tell you something. When you dealing with somebody, you gonna always be dealing with some shit. Because everybody comes with something. And that doesn't mean that it's always something negative. Some of y'all really need to go to therapy, and you might find out that a lot of y'all have social disorders where you really have a problem with talking to people constantly. Some people have social disorders. They do. Y'all really need to go and check yourselves out. Don't just go to the GYN and go to the regular doctor. No, go to the goddamn mental doctor. Go check on that goddamn head. Go check on that head. Because a lot of y'all women who be out here talking about men and how men was abused by women and all that extra shit, you need to go and check your head out. You need to go and see if something wrong with you. Because those personal things can be the reason why you can't get along in relationships. Because you got social anxiety. Right, Taylor? What you say, L'Oreal? Patience. You don't have any patience. Before you just let somebody on the internet who life is probably more miserable than yours, before they could tell you to just write people off, kick people out your life, think they don't matter. Come on, man. You don't know who God's sending in your life as a blessing or a lesson. Because even if it's just a lesson, it's a blessing, especially if you learned it. But a lot of y'all are canceling yourselves out by getting up here listening and projecting this nonsense. Shout out to my man Outrageous TV in the building. Spasming and spewing out. Right. It does. Over time, it does. It does. It happened to me. KG 111. Salute KG 111. The average pair of Jordans costs more than stock shares in a Coca-Cola company. God damn. Shout out to KG 111. Separatism in a relationship / marriage is a very selfish / one way of thinking. Absolutely. 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 But you got people today that want to spin these narratives instead of telling us the truth on why Black Americans are really left behind. We're left behind because the lack of marriage, the lack of unity, the lack of union. Now in the Black community, they'll tell you marriage ain't shit. This is why we're living in poverty. The brother just explained it to us. I'm going to play it again before we get up out of here. All other groups of people understand that family is the centerpiece, the epicenter of success. If you're talking about legacy, generational wealth, that is all around the nuclear family. The nuclear family. And what did I tell y'all? Donald Trump and his administration is now pandering to in our country. This country's getting ready to go back to positive family stuff. This is why hip hop is going to be a thing of the past. All the gangster lifestyle, all that shit is going to be eradicated. So Black Americans, we need to get on board with family. Because family is what make you rich. Donald Trump is not a rich man on his own. He come from money. He come from a family, not one person with money. His kids got money because him and his wife got money. And see, we always talk about Donald Trump. What about what his wife did? I'm getting ready to look up what his wife did. I'm pretty sure his wife do stuff we don't know nothing about. His wife was probably a big time mover and shaker. You think these white women just be sitting at home making peanut butter and jelly for little Scott and cutting the goddamn ends of the bread off? You think all these women are just soccer moms And you think the soccer moms just worry about the kids? No. A lot of them soccer moms be accountants. A lot of them soccer moms be stock people. Them white women just not staying home, watching goddamn TV like black women think they done earned their way to do. White people don't live like that. See, black people think we got the wrong perception of the world. We think when these other groups of women laying at home, we think they sitting at home watching Jerry Springer like black women do. Let me see if Jerry on. Watching Love Lifetime Movie Network. They ain't doing that. Them women at home doing shit. They're at home doing shit. And not just washing clothes. Y'all women make washing clothes a goddamn duty. Oh, I had to wash clothes today. It took you all goddamn day to wash clothes? No, you made it a whole goddamn day. Because you didn't want to do nothing else. And then today, they sit there and talk like they doing you a favor. Like they don't have a part to play in the family. Like there's no duty for you in this family. No, it's shit you got to do. What's wrong with you? You are part of something that means something. So you got to do something. Only black women want shit to be easy. Oh, why it's so hard? You know what white women go do when they have a bad day? They go get them a box wine and go have them a nice glass of wine, and they go sit down with a bowl of fruit and go and read a book and relax. Or they take their ass to the gym and go do some Pilates. They don't get on the internet and go live and start talking about, I'm sick of him. I'm tired of being here. He don't know how to treat a good woman. Only black women do that type of shit. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Y'all the only ones that get on the internet and make it your business to talk about what black men ain't doing. Coming on the internet entitled. Oh, black men need to make more money. They'll have more money if you brought some to the table. See, only black women think like that. Only black women think they don't got to bring no money to the table. Only black women think like this. Oh, my money is my money. Where you get that from? Do you know, don't know other women think like that? White women money ain't they money. Arab women money ain't they money. East Indian women money ain't they money. Latino women money isn't their money. Why all the other groups of people that got more money aren't selfish? Because selfishness creates poverty. That's the principle. That's the principle. Selfishness denotes poverty. Because poverty is a mindset. Me, my, I. Selfishness. That's why we broke as a community. That's why. That's the principle. That's why God tell you to be a cheerful giver. You reap what you sow. This life is give and take, give and receive, give and receive. But Black Americans think they just supposed to take from everything and take from everybody and still supposed to have shit at the end. Only Black Americans think like this. And this is why we're left behind, y'all. This is why we're left behind. Somebody get this idiot out of here. We don't do pro-Black extremism in here. Take that shit to Sonetta TV. The real serious B. Have a good day. Take that shit to Sonetta. Don't come over here with that outdated dumb shit. Go somewhere else with that. Go somewhere else with that. But shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate everyone for pulling up this morning. If you enjoyed today's show, make sure you double tap your screens on the way out if you are here through the vertical feed. If you are new here, you enjoyed the show, make sure you subscribe, man. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, man. Salute to my lovely lady Mars for coming through and holding it down this morning. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to everyone who has financially supported today's show. If you have financially supported today's show, it is very much appreciated. If you would like to support the Student Tuition Fund, the links are pinned at the top of the chat. The links are pinned at the top of the chat. To anyone who have supported, I will shout you out on the next show. Salute to everyone. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm thinking about coming back later. To talk about the Shador situation because it kind of ties into this topic as well. So I might come back with a part 2, y'all. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all make sure y'all have y'all set y'all bell notifications. Hit that bell, set y'all bell notifications so you're notified if we go live later on, y'all. I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to everyone in the building. And I'm going to catch y'all later, man. Peace.